What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We got Artref. I think I said that correct, but good morning to you. We got Albert. Good morning to you. Amy, Bill. Good morning. We got Cheryl. Good morning to you. Diane, Donna, Frank, Georgia. Good morning to Jennifer, Joe. You got JT, Lucian, Marius, Martina. Mike is up and early. Good morning to Rick, Tim, all my people out in YouTube land. We got Leonard. We got Mari Mar. All my lurkers in the background. That's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. But yeah, we got some tickers coming in. Albert's already saying happy Friday. I can't believe it's Friday. Man, this week went quick. It went quick. And then we got Oracle and MU. Let me know if you guys got other tickers, but man, that bull rally still continues. Still continues. So we will see what happens today. We got a little bit of a gap up on the SPY because why not? That makes sense. I mean, why wouldn't 2 days go from essentially 540 up to $20 on the spot within 3 days, to and almost an open of a day? It doesn't make sense that it wouldn't. But powerful move regardless for the Bulls. And then again, we're into a little bit of resistance. So I do have kind of this level over here. And then I'm kind of bracketing off a little bit. This is the one we probably have to get a breakthrough. Then we got to come back. We got to retest it. And then I think we'd be off the races if the Bulls just have so much money sitting on the side and they can't stop buying anything. So we'll see. But there's also, as even through the swing room last night, there was like a lot that I was like, man, there's still a lot of names that are kind of beaten up, that have been pulled back, that have not celebrated the rest of this rally with the rest of the market. And there's still a lot of good opportunities out there. So you get some buying, even just some shifting in kind of some sectors. It's enough to push the SPY. So obviously, I think we need some of the tech to continue to hold up to really get through. And right now it kind of is, but we got the SPY is levels that I'm looking at for today. To the high side, 561.45. To the low side, the first low side of support, 559.56. And if we come down a little bit to just retest yesterday's candle, I'm looking for 558.62. If any of those break today, I probably would expect bigger continuation moves. We don't have, I guess the next support down is 556.21. This is a retest gap, so I don't know how excited I am to buy something out of the gate, although temptation usually gets the best of me. We'll see what happens. But if we get some kind of a pullback into this 558.82, I'd be much more excited to buy, and then even a small move into like 559.66 just with the strength of the Bulls. So we'll see what happens, but I still want to remain bullish, probably at open. I think maybe a little pullback for SPY. I kind of want to see that. Market doesn't really give me what I want to see sometimes, though. We'll see. But we got Qs also gapping. It's gapping down a few pennies, still above yesterday's VPOC. So this one might come into that support. We do have resistance where we hit yesterday, almost to the penny. We got 474.21. Should be resistance. We hit that yesterday. I think that does have the ability to break through. And then the next big target for the Qs takes us up to 476.48. And if we break through that, crazy town. Otherwise, the Qs, we got support 472.40. I got one slightly below that, 471.65. If that one starts to break, that could be a deeper pullback, deeper retest, and then we'll see 467.17. And then probably SPY will, I'm assuming we'll go with that too, and have a little bit of a bigger pullback. Let's get to some of the tickers. Leonard says, did you play the fade on Delta yesterday? No. I only saw the opportunity and I was like, man, this looks good. And then didn't end up playing it. I didn't really have a good setup for me to get in yesterday on Delta, but we called that one. Did you get a chance to play it? Yeah, full on retest plus some. Opening right out of the gate. Small bull move. I forget what we ended up playing yesterday. I think we played AMD instead to the bull side, and then I think we played Nvidia actually bearish. So we hit 1.2 on each of those. But that Delta Fade was nothing short of awesome. Let me know if you played that one though. That was a good one. Oracle, ORCL. Yeah, we got to scroll up on this chart. So they had their earnings come out. They had their uh, forecast of what they think they're going to do. You got 2 days that passed, and then yesterday at the end of close, Oracle CEO was giving some kind of interview ish, and he was, I think it was the CEO. I believe it was the CEO. But somebody from Oracle was giving a conference, I guess, or talking at a conference, and he just started going into like 5 year predictions, and they're gonna make infinity amount of money. So it's just crazy. So good gap on this one. Again, when you're at all-time highs, it probably goes higher. I just don't have any levels up here. This is a massive retest gap, but that news, at least from just the forecast, I forget how many billions of dollars they're thinking they're making in the next 5 years. Whether it happens or not, a lot could happen within the next 5 years. So economy could change, market could change, everything could change. But we could hit recession, maybe a competition. Who knows? But he's comfortable going, hey, we'll have 5 year predictions. We know where we'll be at. So if that's the case, you're getting that gap from this one. This should be a retest gap. I don't know if I want to fade this one, although it probably does fade. I would expect some profit taking, but you're fighting really good news. I don't want to. I'd rather have this gap up. Give me another couple days, and then I'll look for some kind of short on this one. I'm not gonna get in long there either, but that's just me because I feel like I'm chasing at all time highs. MU, I do have a trade set up for swing trade. So if you guys want to mimic my trade, if it fits your plan, not financial advice, do your own thing. But I don't know if I'm going to get filled. So we can look at it for a day trade. It is gapping up. So I'm trying to come in at 86.82. Stop would be 84.01. I'm looking for, since I'm playing a pretty tight swing trade margin on this one, and I think I can because there's that little bit of a bear trap down here. I'm trying to see if we could get this fade. We could get some kind of pullback. See if I can get filled at yesterday's VPOC. That'd be a great place for me, at least to take a stab at it. And since I'm taking that little bit of risk with a smaller kind of stop, I'm going to go for a 3R target on this one, which would take me to 95.25. So I have this in the broker. It is set up, not filled quite yet. This one is opening at resistance, so I do expect probably some kind of a pullback. And then the question is, how far does this pullback come in? I believe last night or this morning, we would have got filled. I didn't have extended hours on. So yeah, I would have been in this one if I put extended hours. I don't think I got filled. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't think so though. No, I'm not in yet. Should have went extended hours on this one. I would have got filled. Dang it. Almost to the penny. So hopefully we get another pullback. Otherwise, if you're trying to day trade this one, I got to go to my fibs, and you're gonna take a shot probably somewhere at the 618 if you could get it. Which would be, we're at the 50 now. So maybe a little bit of a pullback gets you down to like 87.77. You also got the 300 on the 200 EMA right around there too. So that's where I'd be looking for maybe, but you do have that little bit of a bigger resistance that we're opening into now. Otherwise, it does look like a trap candle on the daily. I still like it bullish. Just trying to figure out how to get filled, and clicking a different button would have put me into this trade already. So live and learn. Live and learn. I got FSLR. I think I got that one in YouTube land too. Yep. Let's check out that one first. Since I got multiple requests, I have not looked at it yet. I feel like a magician when I say that. Uh, I need a volunteer. Could you confirm you do not? We have never met before. We've never met before. I have not seen First Solar today. Looks good. Target on this one would take me to about 240. Huh. Let's work. Let's do some work on this one. Let's do some work on this one. It's a good gap, obviously good volume, inside candle. I would want to get filled on a retest, Maybe we get filled somewhere around here. Don't know where my stop should be. I think I could go the low of yesterday. Let's see if that's too wide of a stop. Mm-mm-mm. Let me run some numbers real quick. This is 237.43. And we got 228.18. 2 hours takes me to 251. That's a slightly too much. Actually, no. I gotta change that from that afternoon room. That's a 1.5. So 1.5 is a little too much. 250.38. Maybe we get that. I would need this one either a tighter setup. I would need this to be a smaller stop on this one, which might be the case. So we'll wait for some intraday instead of just throwing out an order now. But yeah, close, about $1 away. I like it bullish. Would love to see some kind of pullback, just knowing that there is a little bit of resistance coming in. And then your target is about 248.83. So I have to figure out how to make that work, but looks good. I like it bullish. Good rest candle from yesterday. ARM, ARM. ARM Holdings also gapping up into a little bit of resistance. So I'll set an alert so we get a little pullback on this one. There we go. We'll see if we get a tad bit of pullback and then looking to get in somewhere close to 139.18, but looks bullish again with this open. If we could fade from here, the next move up, I think we could break out, and then targets for today could be about 152.22. We'll get that one higher on the list just in case we get a pullback. Would be nice. Would be nice. Tesla. Pete Demo, good morning to you. We got Tessie for now just chilling. So we do have a little bit of a slight gap down. Under some pretty key resistance. I do think we're still looking to buy dips on this one. I might need this dip to come in a little bit more severe. We might actually get decent risk to reward to a bear side actually on this one. Not that I want to play, but I think for a day trade, maybe. We get stops in there somewhere. Maybe we get as close as possible to 228.77. That stop could actually be a little bit higher too. Get it up to there somewhere. And then targets, I'd probably take a 1.2 considering that we're going counter trends. So I don't know where that target would land us, but somewhere down there. I think we can get some room on this one, maybe back down to the low of the day, 224.61. Tesla does some wild things, but that's probably a decent risk reward counter trends. Otherwise, it is bullish. I would be looking to buy some dips if we do come down a little bit lower. Specifically, if we get down to about 224. So we'll see. We got Lowe's, LOW. Lowe's. Nice gap on that one. Also a retest gap though. Investors heavily search Lowe's companies. Here's what you need to know. Tell me what I need to know. Revision to earnings estimates, quarter, next fiscal year consensus, 12. So they had a revision, 12-month projected growth, yada, yada, yada. All right. So decent gap up. Maybe it's from the Zacks report. That's the only thing I really see. But again, you have maybe a small move bullish out of the gate, 254, 255, somewhere in that range. And then I think it's actually a decent fade on this one too. Pullback should be 251.21. If you're bullish on lows, you're probably going to try to wait a little bit for some kind of a pullback. So in the interim, see if you get a pullback on that one. But pretty nice gap. Pretty nice gap. If you start breaking through 255.05, I think next target will take you up to like 260. So there is some more room bullish on it, but just give me some kind of a pullback would be great. AVGO. What a beast yesterday. What a beast. This one does look a little bit like SPY Qs where you have just monster resistance on this one. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4 strong days in a row. You are having a little bit of a gap up inside day candle at resistance. If you're going to try this bullish, and I think it's just so high that it's very tough to do so even at this level, but some kind of support should be 164.80. Not enough room for me to play a fade, and this thing is just absolutely beast mode. So I don't know if I'd want to take a short on this one with that tight of a range to target. It could easily get bought off of there, but that's a big resistance. So I think the play on this one was probably the last couple days. It had some range. That being said, we could break out. Obviously, if the SPY Qs go crazy, AVGO will not be left behind. Next target, if we get some crazy moves, would take us to 171.58. I don't have that much confidence in this resistance breaking quite yet. So probably won't be trading that one for me. Google is one that hasn't had a big move up. It's starting to, but yeah, it is still below that 200 EMA. Retest gap from today. Kind of a tight range yesterday. Again, from this last down move, we were probably sitting somewhere around the 5618 retracement. So now you're starting to get bid off that. I don't mind for the long term. I don't mind Google bullish. I'm in at like $90, $91, something like that. So it's just very hard for me to buy more shares when it's like so much higher than my original purchase price. But if I had no shares of Google, I wouldn't be opposed to buying some shares here, honestly. So I think some long-term investors might be interested. You do have this wide open gap down here. I think if you're bearish, you're probably looking for a fill down to like 142.83. Other than that, day trade wise, this is also a retest gap. And resistance is 156.84. So you can have that resistance to 200, then the 20 coming in on you. But I would like to see this one at least chop around or give me one new lower low longer term. Otherwise, for day trade, I think you're probably looking for a bearish play out of the gate if you must trade it. But I don't even have a really good entry for a swing yet. Not quite yet. Maybe if we close this gap down here somewhere. Still hanging out. Still hanging out. Boeing, yeah. Almost always does something different than the rest of the market. It does the same thing it does every day, but for the rest of the market, it's different. So now you got Boeing strikes, because just pile on the news. This earnings is actually going to be quite interesting. When's this earnings come out? This is October 23rd. If I'm looking at volume, I've got nothing in the way really down till I guess our first mini spot would be like 149.24. But the real spot somewhere around 143 is the next spot I could see. Maybe we get some kind of support. So I'd have to be a little bit more bearish on this one still. If this kind of held here, great. We're still lower than it. We have another gap and go to the bear side. Only problem with this one so far that I see, well, two problems. I guess one is our entry. So I got some small support. It's not huge at all, but 159.04, that would have to break down. And then I think we start getting into maybe 157.59 could hold. Otherwise, at this point, I feel like investors just continuously just get punched in the face for trying to buy this one. I don't like that the volume is way above us. I'm gonna put this one on the list for a short. I might be okay trying to attempt a short again. Still a little bit of support below us, but I kind of like it as a short. Leonard says, yes, played the Delta move yesterday. Nice job. Nice job. Yep, I could only look at the charts and I can't take them all, unfortunately. I wish I could. Until I get AI DJ. I can't do it yet. Not yet. Uber gap up. Waymo to offer rides in Austin, Atlanta only on Uber starting next year. Okay, so partnership with Ubs for Waymo. That actually might hurt Tesla a little bit. That might be why we're gapping down a tad on Tesla. Kind of a direct hit to Elon. Um, really good gap on this one. Again, right into a lot of these things, right into this resistance. But that is a good gap and go. I would prefer to be more bullish than bearish. Maybe we could see if this one wants to pull back a little bit. This one higher on the list. I don't think it's going to be an opening play of the day. Depends. I don't know. Targets to the higher side, we might be able to get to. I think my stretch target probably about 74.09. We start breaking through that, it goes crazy. Other than that, support. If you're trying to buy this one on a pullback, I don't think we see a full-on retest on this one today. That full-on retest would take me to about $70.62 spot, 62 cents. That would be a great spot if it does come back. Otherwise, probably if you get a pullback, watch 71.84. See if you can get a little bit of support off that one. This is a strong gap and go though. This is good volume on this candle. Yeah, that would be a awesome spot at $70.66 if this thing fades. We will need the rest of the market, I think, to have a big pullback for that to hit though. Andres, good morning to you. Jeff says, what happened with Uber? Nice move. Yep. Adobe. Yeah, Adobe's gapping down today. ADBE. Then we got Chewy and Starbucks. We'll take a look at next. Adobe's. Yeah, so they had earnings come out, which I mean, why why put out good numbers in this type of market? No, 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 no. Bad earnings get rewarded. I think their CEO should be fired immediately. At least the accountant should be somebody outraged. My guess is it's probably forecast. Otherwise, the numbers do look good. Uh, yeah, the numbers look good. Falls after downbeat. Fourth current, yeah. So forecasting guidance is lower. Maybe they're sandbagging. I mean, maybe that's possible. This is a rough gap. I don't know if I want to play this fade up. At least not here. Probably need to come down a little bit lower. See if we could maybe hit 533.75. There could be some support down there. I don't know if I'm going to short this one. It's definitely too far down. First spot, I would look to maybe buy somewhere around 537.84 if we get there again. That would be an interesting spot to see if we come down a little bit lower or we get any interesting candles. But they're getting rocked this morning. And then I think RH was up this morning too. We'll go to Chewy first. I think RH had some earnings as well. Let's go to Chewy. Chewy, nice close yesterday. Yeah, I gotta go higher on this one. Put this one higher on my list. This one looks probably like it wants to continue higher. Would not be shocked at all if we come back down. Um, Look for like $30, 34 cent entry. Really, really good close yesterday. Phenomenal. We're in this zone where there's not really a whole lot holding us back. And then next stop will take us into the probably $33 range, just shy of 33. So 32.87. Really good close though. Honestly, the really good close came 2 days ago, and then we had some more continuation. So 3 days in a row, maybe we get a little bit of profit taking up here. If we do, I think that one has the ability to go more. Starbucks, AVGO all-time high. I didn't think it was all-time high. Are you talking about targets? Starbucks. Also looks good. So it looks exactly like Chewy, actually. Really good close on this one yesterday. Actually, really nice open today as well. I got to put Starbucks up. Starbucks looks phenomenal too. But again, both Chewy and Starbucks, they look good. Biggest problem with all of them is I feel like I kind of missed it, but maybe looking for some kind of continuation. Starbucks looks like it has some room at least to about 101.49 for today. So we'll watch them. We'll put them on the list. And again, any kind of selling pullbacks, if I want to enter this trade, really it's got to be as close as possible to 98.39 for me to feel like I'm getting some kind of a deal. I don't know. Matthew, good morning to you. Let me just see this AVGO all-time high. All-time high is one. I have 185.16. Yep. Can it get there? Yeah, it could. It's got a couple areas of resistance in the way. I don't know if that happens today though. What's target on MU? For my swing trade, 95.25. I'm not in this trade. I wish I put some after hours in there too, but it is what it is. All right, let me see what I'm missing. TTD. TTD. Ooh, also looks really good. That might sneak in as one of my favorites today. Target on this one, I think we could get a run up to it's 107.02, so about $2 higher. We could go much more than that. We get 107.91. We're starting to get pretty high on this one, but that is one of my favorites. Also a retest gap, so maybe we can get better pricing. Maybe this one come down to 104.09. I kind of don't want it to. Kind of want to pause at 104.89, but TTT looks good. The trade desk, we'll get them up there. I like that gap a lot. Targets are, I don't know if we're going to go the distance, but we might in this market. All right, let's see. Actually, we go a lot higher on that TDD. Let me put this up there. I'll go right here. All right. Also, so we had that. Let me see. Am I missing anything else? Apple, AAPL. Apple looks good too. Big resistance on this one, somewhere around 224.71. Next big resistance, which would probably be, I guess, my stretch target for the day, 226.22. Let's see if that one wants to pull back. The closer you can enter to 222.58, the better it is. I got an arm alert. Oh, yeah, that's because it gapped up over it. But otherwise, everybody on YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe buttons if you have not done so already. You guys are awesome. And man, it's the end of the week already. That's crazy.